Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Welcome, everybody. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. If you want to come on, the link is on timeline and also the comments section. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Okay, let's get back. Good morning, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There's too much light behind you, River. If you can close your curtain, that'd be great. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Gauranga, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Oh, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. It's like a dance, You get Radha and Krishna together, and they just dance. It's unique every time. Isn't it beautiful? It's wonderful. Yeah, it's so nice to have them as your life and soul. Oh man! Wow! Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. You get the absolute truth together, and the feeling, the love for that absolute truth together. The lovers, the twin lovers. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. That's why Lord Chaitanya came, is just to show us this, teach us this. Devotion to Krishna, love for Krishna, Radha and Krishna, all synonymous. See, will be with us forever. Hare Krishna, Hare. It's just so wonderful every morning to get up and and meet them, greet the deities. You don't have to go to any temple to greet the deities. Just call them, they're there, man. So much work you got to do. You go to the temple, go on pilgrimage to greet the deities. We just greet them like this. It works. It's informal, but it works. It's stronger too. It's internal. It's not external only. It's internal. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Can't imagine going to greet the deities without the feeling, you know. You greet the deities, you just kind of look at them. Eye exercise. Oh, there they are. There they are, but there they're not. This is greeting the deities. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. You know, it's so clear to me. It gets more clear every day. Yeah, Jesus and Lord Chaitanya just came to teach the value, and personally, you know, by relishing it, of worshiping God with feeling, devotion, pure, spontaneously awakened devotional feeling. It's amazing. People don't ever talk about this. You come to Krishna consciousness, and that's not the topic of conversation. People don't know why the Lord came. See, if you really know in your bones or in your devotionally awakened heart why Lord Chaitanya came here, then you don't come back, because then you get on the same page. You say, oh, this is the real path. Let me get on this. Where's the path? Oh, it's the devotees. Devotees are the path. Yeah, where are they worshiping like that? It's so friggin' simple, man.
No more seeking.
Yeah. Where's the big guru? Where's the big guru? No, it's the big guru is the one who's just... Where's the mercy? The mercy of those devotees who are worshiping the Lord with spontaneous love. That was the message 500 years ago. It's the same message now. Yeah. Then that's showing the path. Teaching where the path is. Yeah. Otherwise, nobody knows. That people think, oh, it's this guru with all this knowledge. Oh, with the big title, PhD. Oh, yeah? Do that? Do you have devotional feeling, spontaneous love of God, awakened for God? If you do, then you know why you represent why Lord Chaitanya came to this planet. You represent that disciplined life. Otherwise, not. You're just trying to, put on a show. And people, they don't know what is the real standard. It's simple. Devotion to Krishna, man. Like Lord Chaitanya had in his devotees. Yeah. That's where Radha and Krishna are dancing, man. Otherwise, you don't see the dance. This is called blindness. So that's why, you got to have the right conception of the absolute truth. People teach the wrong conceptions, disguised in all this speculating on it. All this speculations and knowledge and scriptures twisted and turned. And you got to experience that goal of life, man. You got to, arrange that rasa dance for Radha and Krishna and be close to that. Feel it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Jesus said, while I'm in this world, I'm the light of the world. I say the same thing. While we're in this world, this is the preaching. This preaching is the light of the world. It shows you where the goal is and how to quickly attain it. Now you tell me where there's more light than that. And it's very simple, man. You don't have to be a rocket science to understand this. This is the highest truth, distinguished from illusion and everything else, for the welfare of everybody. I think even a sannyasi might be able to understand this with a big stick. If the stick's too big, they may not be able to understand. So we got to beat them with the truth. The stick of truth. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I challenge all these gurus to a debate. You tell me what you think the highest goal of life is. You tell me what you think it is. Okay? Tell me you're speculating, and I'll show you what it is every day. We'll show you what the highest goal of life is. You tell us what you think about it, what it is. We'll show you what it is. And then explain it very clearly, very logically, very reasonably, very truthfully, conclusively. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Anybody who believes this preaching, which makes plenty of sense, you're going to the kingdom of God very quickly. Hare Krishna. No, correction. The kingdom of God is coming to you very quickly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. All right, let's do-si-do with Radha and Krishna. Let's get them to do-si-do. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama. Oh, Krishna, woo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama. Oh my Lord, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Woo! Time to lock them down, man. Lock them down. Lock Radha and Krishna down, man. Down into the world. Let them clear out the disease of birth and death in our lives. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare. Whoa, Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Oh, Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, Krishna. Ooh, yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Oh, Krishna, this is so awesome, man. This is amazing. Amazing grace, man. What grace. Wow. It's finished. You feel it's finished? If you feel it's finished, then it's a new beginning. New life. You have to be. It's got to be a new life. You know, I found out even these people controlling the world, they're into this new. You got to be born again. That's the idea. They're actually into that too. This being born again. It's amazing, but in a perverted reflection. See, new life to them is just be a hedonist, man. Do what thou wilt. See, they're trying to imitate God, and this is the thing, man. This is the imitation instead of getting it the right way, man. The real born again. Born again is to worship the creator and destroyer of the universe and the maintainer of the spiritual world. We worship actually more the emphasis on the maintainer of the spiritual world, man, because this is what our life is. And this is the born again, man. You live for this. This is life, man. Look what Jesus said. I have life and I give it to you abundantly. It was his pleasure to do that. Yeah. Pleasure, the same pleasure as the Father. The Father is your Father's pleasure to give you the kingdom. It's a devotee's pleasure to give. He doesn't even think of giving. It's just it's his pleasure to relish the kingdom, man. Kingdom of truth, man. See how important truth is. See how important the ecstasy is. The ecstasy, the truth, the true conception of the absolute truth, the truest revelation. That's God. And that's the word. You hear that. And then you see that. You see the devotee. Wow, man. They realize that. They have realized because of that. And the feeling. That's the rebirth, spiritual rebirth. You can relish with the devotees in the spiritual kingdom. You're part of that kingdom, even here. What a great privilege. Thy will be done on earth as it is in the spirit, spiritual world. That's what we're doing here. Okay? What's going on in the spiritual world is going on here now. You don't think that's powerful? Everything was in the shadows before. The little demons were working on their thing in the shadows to, they're always hell bent on destroying humanity. It's always been like that, man. That's what demons do. Want to destroy. They love destroying. But ultimately, it's all God's will. He's the creator and the destroyer. He's the ultimate cause of all causes. All we are is his instruments. Even the demons, the instruments. Okay. So maybe, it's just time. He wants to destroy what it was so he can establish the real kingdom. I mean, this has been prophesized. The real kingdom. This is the real kingdom. The kingdom of Radha and Krishna. We're installing them. See? Installing them, not just externally. When people say, well, what is this? Where's this going to see some dolls in the temple? Yeah, what is this? Idol worship. Oh, you're worshiping stones. No, we're not. No, we're not. We don't even need these deities here. The mantra, the sound vibration, that's the word of God, man. The word of God, the word is God. The word is God that the devotees speak. See, the word is God. That word. See, that word liberates you. That word sets you free. That word makes you feel better than any human being, better than Bill Gates could ever feel with all that money. 1,000 times better, more purified. He can't get clean enough. He's like, I gotta be clean, man. Oh, this world is so dirty. We gotta clean it. This is the way to clean it, man. Let God awaken in your heart, man. Then you'll know what real cleanliness is, what real clarity is. See, these truths, this is what people need to know, man. What is God, man? Where is it? How do you attain God? Why are people suffering? You know why people are suffering? Because of lack of this. This, in Bhagavad Gita says the threefold miseries are a plague on everyone in the universe. Threefold miseries. No one can escape it except the devotees. We've escaped the threefold miseries, more or less. I mean, you got a body, there's always going to be some kind of thing with that, but more or less, you've escaped it by the awakening of our spiritual self. Here's a recent escapee. This guy is broken out of jail. He's a jailbreaker, man. He's no more con. He's no more con. He's not conned anymore by anybody in ISKCON or anywhere. Religion doesn't con him anymore. He knows the truth, man. Set him free. They are called twice born. Why twice born? Okay, well, that's it. Well, why? All right, so when you're born, what happens? You come from the womb, and you couldn't move, and you're just stuck in the womb, right? Couldn't breathe, or maybe. So anyway, you're born into this world. What happens? Well, first of all, you cry. And if you don't cry, they slap you in the butt. And then you breathe. And then you move in. See, and discovering. Yeah, so twice born is you also cry. You're born again, spiritually reborn. You start crying. And you're moving about in spirit now. So you notice you're moving about. You're exploring. Just like a little baby child exploring this world. Here you're exploring the spiritual world, aren't you? Notice that? Did you know we're astronauts, man? Space nuts. Space nuts. Space nuts. Yeah. Exploring Star Trek. We're trekkers, trekkies. So, because one birth is made of father and mother. Yeah, and the same thing with this birth too. The father is the word, the mother is devotion. See, that's why the spiritual master represents the father and mother, spiritual father and mother. Okay? You got the word that comes from their feeling. See, the mother is Radha, Krishna. See, so you got your spiritual father. This is what I like about Vaishnavism. It makes everything more clear that Jesus was bringing forth. That's why that's why you got to be a real guru. You have to be born again and have the word, the testimony that awakens others. That's why that, again, in Krishna consciousness, that's guru, man. See, they're the ones who awaken your spiritual body, and no one else can do it. That's why, Johan and others here have spent like 20, 30, 40 years in these groups, but couldn't get this spiritual rebirth. Okay? Because you notice, and we just say, well, this is why you didn't quite follow the formula. No, nobody could teach you that yet. See? So the Lord saw your heart, and saw this is what you really wanted, and then sent you to the right place. Where his real devotees are. They're confidential, man. Where the Lord is really working is always confidential. So you gotta really pretty much want it, or you gotta stumble on it, and then it has to make sense to you. Like, oh yeah, wow, really? Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, this is gold. I'll take the gold, man. Yeah, boy, look at this, taking my miseries away, just coming and hearing all these things. Oh yeah, I'll come. That's it. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to even be brilliant. This is what the elite that are controlling the world don't understand. See, they think, they look at us. I've been studying their mentality. These are the controllers of the world. They're like demigods, you know, but demons, and they're kind of in control right now. So, and it's not really them. The Lord is actually behind the whole thing. But it's always a lack of knowledge, a lack of proper information that makes people follow the dark path. Otherwise, you could follow the path of light. These guys could follow they could follow. They don't understand. They think, they look at people, and a lot of people, they're fallen. All of us, more, in some way. They look at people. Look at these people. They have no discipline, rampant sense enjoyers. They're useless. Let's get rid of them. Okay, this is what they look. That's why there's probably millions are going to die unless they understand this, because they're already been killing. They're killing people slowly and now more quickly. They've amped it up, so millions will die probably. But it's all because of lack of understanding. They think, oh, you guys, they're all useless. What are they doing? They have all this energy, and they're going and watching, the movies and Netflix and everything. But a lot of it is their fault because they're not educating people. In the schools, they've been teaching people dark things, like stupid things. They don't want people to have a real education. So it's partly that. But that could all change because everybody can be rebuilt. This is the beautiful thing, and this is what the Lord proves here. We're as fallen as we are, the Lord is rebuilding us. Simple. He can make. That's the miracle. That's why you don't have to destroy it. You don't have to depopulate the world, thinking this is the Lord. If the right connection, the real joining rebuilds everything. And that's what the Lord's going to be doing here. If people will surrender in that way, surrender to the word, the word of truth, conclusive understanding, real knowledge. This is what's going on here, man. You get real knowledge, you get real understanding, real truth, real feeling behind it, real happiness. You get, what we have is God's happiness here. Can you think about that? Think about that. That Lord, the controller of controllers, the supreme, omnipotent, omnipresent one, has given us his happiness and the happiness of his most confidential, intimate associates, like Rupa Goswami and Prabodhanandana Saraswati and all these gopis and all these devotees. He's given this as a gift, and that's our gift to the world if they believe this preaching. If this starts to make sense to you, whoever comes in will spend some time doing it. Come on, otherwise you're a butcher of your own soul. You don't come and listen to this amazing grace here in this world. I don't care who you are, you're a butcher of your own soul. The darkness will just take you over. Yeah, go ahead, Tim.
not only that, but we get the love and the feelings of like, how's it, how's it possible for like me?
Speechless guy. Can't speak. It's amazing, isn't it? That's Gopi. Gopi, they could all barely speak either. Yeah. The happiness of the spiritual world. People, I would suggest take this preaching seriously, man. It's a very rare thing. My God. Hopefully, that's why you just need to hear a little bit of this truth, and then you look around and see all the bullshit that's being slung around, even by religionists, and they don't really, these gurus don't really know. They can't prove they know. They can't show they know. To know is you got to. Yeah, well, where is Radha and Krishna in this world now? And what temple is Radha and Krishna in their pure forms dancing? Where is that rasa dance, man? That should be the standard. Where's the rasa dance going on now? In what temple? What living temple? Where's the temple that's alive? It's always well known that it's the body that is the temple of God. See? So the Vaishnava, where are Radha and Krishna dancing? What temple? Where's that rasa dance? Where's the chanting of the name of God? And where's the feeling of the name of God caused by the name of God? Where is that going on? That dance, that ras, that exchange. That's it, man. That's simple. That's why the Brahmins missed it. In the Bhagavatam, it says the Brahmins, the coward boys were like that. They represented that Krishna and devotion, in the friend form. That bond, that love of Krishna and the friendship. And the Brahmins couldn't recognize, what is this? Who are you? What are you guys? You guys are simpletons. They were looking externally. See, this is the thing. Most people, they look externally. We're here to teach people to look internally. The preaching's all internal stuff. It's all about inside. What's going on inside that body? And people are trying to disguise what's going on inside or what is not going on inside. Oh yeah, let me put my dhoti on. Look at this. I represent Krishna. You see my dhoti? You see, I got this stamp that everybody says I'm Guru Dev. And you see, I come and I sit on a high seat. See, I'm representing God. Yeah? No, you're representing emptiness. It's empty in there inside. You're all outside. See? And you're for the outsiders. See, outsiders, Lord Chaitanya would say, this guy's an outsider, man. What's an insider? Insider is, look at Lord Chaitanya. He's a real follower of Krishna. Look, he's got ecstasy. See, people need to know 2021 looking like that. People follow Lord Chaitanya not because of his sannyas garb, because of what was inside. He had devotion to Krishna. And at first, the Pharisee type Brahmins, they didn't accept it. What is this guy? He's crying. What is this about? They couldn't recognize it. That's the symptoms of love of God. That's the symptoms of liberated souls from the spiritual world. That's the symptoms of the Lord himself, the King of Rasics. Means relishing ecstasy with the tears and the laughter and all that stuff. This is real, man. This is real Krishna consciousness. Real conclusive truth. This, boom, you go from external devotion to internal devotion just by this knowledge. You realize, this is from real eyes of devotion, right? You got to listen to people with real eyes because they got a real voice that penetrates inside and gives you that second birth, that twice born. See, the truth, the word, that's the Father, man. That's the, and the mother is that devotion, that bhakti, the bliss, the ecstasy. That's Gurudev, man. That's the door to the kingdom of Vrindavan or paradise or God, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. That's what Jesus says. Those who go through the door, they can eat the grass. Isn't it funny? Grass is intoxicating. Grass is like they call it marijuana, Mary Jane. See, isn't it funny? Mary Jane. It's a woman. It's always that. A woman's always intoxicating. See, and the greatest woman is Radha. Very intoxicating. That's bliss, this ecstasy. Yeah. Trippy stuff. All right. Let's read from Chaitanya Mangal. I'll read a little bit of that here. Hare Krishna. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda. This is the meeting of Advaita and Haridas. Now I will tell another wonderful story. No one has ever seen or heard these pastimes of Lord Gaura. No one has ever seen or heard these pastimes of Lord Gaura. Lord Gaura is the master of all the worlds. The Supreme Personality of Godhead now descended to this earth. Persons who are offenders at heart, who are worthless like piles of ashes, whose intelligence is destroyed, and whose hearts are made dull and stunted by Lord Vishnu's Maya, will all become pure and holy saints when they hear Lord Gaura's glories. They will become saints because their disease of materialism will die. Isn't that amazing? This is people, they can't believe that you can become a saint. Even, you see, they talked about that degraded condition of everybody. But just by hearing about Lord Gaura and these truths patiently, yeah, you become a saint. Because why? The true saint awakens in your heart, the Lord. He's all powerful. He purifies all that stuff, all that dullness, all that stupidity, all that stuff you picked up by hearing the word of Maya. That's the essence. People have been hearing the word of Maya. You listen to Fauci's word or Bill Gates, you're hearing the word of Maya's duplicity and hypocrisy. And what does it do? What is the result? I'm afraid, man. Lock me up. See, that's the result, isn't it? The CDC says everybody can take off their masks now. You know that? And you know how many people won't do it? This is how stupid people have become. I was watching on the thing, somebody said, oh, they said to take off the mask. I don't know if I can do it. I'm so used to this, not breathing. See, this is programming. They programmed you well. They can't give up the program. See, that's conditioning. This is the Maya, the illusion. And then they said, well, I think we actually might have made a mistake. It probably wasn't all that necessary to do that stuff. See, most of the world is mesmerized by the Maya to a large extent. They're programmed by it. Those, and they're programmed by those who are deeply in the Maya. They have those who have the least compassion for others, and they believe in them. See, then this is why things are getting destroyed. You believe in liars and cheaters and hypocrites and materially motivated materialists, and you think you put you're my authority. See, this is what people have done. You're my authority, and therefore you're mistreated. You're used like cattle, and even destroyed. This is what Maya does. But that could be turned around in a second by taking the association of devotees who've been set free by the real path, by the real truth, the conclusive understanding of reality. Now you really learn something of essence. This is, the real devotees in this world are not recognized because people recognize Maya. All the way up into religion. This is the problem. They recognize the Lord's Maya. They say, oh, I recognize that. I can understand that. But devotees, they can't understand. The only way is you got to sit and you got to hear. You got to hear these truths. You got to see what is real understanding. You got to hear what real understanding is. That's what purifies you. This is what takes away your miseries that have been heaped upon you by these Brahmin sannyasis and yes, and the gurus because of ignorance. You've chosen the wrong master. If they can't take away your sorrows, if they can't take away your fear, and they're leading you off the cliff. Didn't Jesus speak about this? You teachers of the day, you gurus, you Pharisees, the leaders of people to God, but you don't bring them to the real God yet. You heap lots of rules and regulations and burdens on people, but you can't lift a transcendental finger to take off anything. All you can do is give more yokes, heavy yokes, to people who are like, they're carrying a heavy cart, like, Can't take away people's fears. Can't take away their unhappiness and their miseries and their sorrows. Okay? And especially these worldly guys, anybody who listens to them, and it's like everything is illusions now. Oh, they're going crazy over this mass media. They use it to pervert and twist and lie about everything. It's their greatest magic. Oh man, look at it. Well, we can make anything. We can make them people dance any way we want to dance. Okay? That's why, hey man, let's just bring Radha and Krishna together by chanting their names. Let's bring them together and watch the dance, man. Participate in that. That's a lovely dance. That's a freeing dance. That's an ecstatic dance. That's a purifying dance. That's an inspiring dance. That's a truly happy, eternally, forever dance. Otherwise, look at these dancing in the world. Everybody's in fear and walking around with these looking really like silenced, man. People can be free. Here comes the sun. I love that word. And the elites, they're also worshiping the sun. You know that? They believe in the sun. The sun, they think, oh yeah, this is worshipable. Look, it gives us light. It gives us light. They see the sun, man. Oh, really? Yeah, this sun. You should listen here, man. We'll give you real light, man. The light that sun cannot illuminate. The darkness in the heart. That's real. That's real light, man. What did Jesus said? While I'm in this world, I'm the light of this world. Why? Why would he say that when you got the sun? Right? There's a difference. Yeah, the light of truth, conclusive truth, sets people free. If you have faith in conclusive truth, will set you free. If you have faith in lies, you're in bondage, right? It's the word. Yeah, I love that verse in Book of John. I always love that verse. Book of John says, in the beginning was the Word. The first chapter. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God. See, that's the devotee, man. The real Word of God is with that devotee. The Word was with God. See, it's hard to tell. Is it the devotee's word or is it God's word? Is it devotee's word or is it God? It's kind of both. It's the flute and the flautist together. They got to be together. Otherwise, you won't hear any tune in this world. All you see is the tune of those servants of Maya, the illusory potency. They're all playing their tunes, and it's a miserable one, man. You'll be masked up. You'll be locked in your own home. And very soon, a big slave of these guys, if you continue to listen to them. And it includes you, religionists. It's not strong enough to follow millions of rules and all those things they're heaping on you. Not strong enough. You'll also be a slave. The spiritual potencies which we have has no jurisdiction over the material potency. Has no claim over it. Cannot even touch it. Cannot even understand it. That's why we don't get. Why don't you notice any censorship here? Why? Because it can't understand. The AI is not intelligent enough to understand this preaching. It cannot catch it. It has no jurisdiction. It doesn't even see any threat. See? And we're working in the light, not in the shadows. We're working just directly out there. It doesn't see us. Well, how's this a threat? We actually want to help AI. We want to help everybody. We want to help them. They kind of know that inside. Isn't that interesting? It's like Narada Muni. Narada Muni was a realized soul. He would go and talk to Kamsa. Hey, Kamsa. He was an advisor to Kamsa. Kamsa was the one saying, and Narada Muni, because he knows the confidential truth about Krishna and all this, he would go and say, hey, Kamsa, go send some demons over to Vrindavan. Because Krishna wanted to play a little bit. He'd play things. You gotta need some kind of dolls, to play with. He's a child, right? So bring a little putana, a little mother doll, with poison. Oh boy, this is great. He likes to play with snakes and stuff. So Narada Muni goes, hey, and Kamsa listened. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, let's send some demons. I'll send Putana, I'll send Agasura and all this stuff. Yeah, so he was welcomed even in the court, in the council of demons. Or the demigod, didn't matter. Because they could feel that this person is acting for the welfare of everybody. See, highest truth Is illusion distinguished? Is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of everybody, even the demons? Okay. So it can go. You can go that deep. Lord Chaitanya started to preach on that level too. He converted many demons, actually. See, and this is the kind of preaching that's going to happen here. It's already happening. The Lord, from this rasa dance, this dance of Radha and Krishna in his heart, it became so more and more refined and more beautiful and more attractive to everybody. And that's happening here, more and more refined, more beautiful. And all we're doing is pleasing God. God wants to have this going on in his temple. This pleases the devotees, right? Pleases him, pleases the. So everything just gets more and more refined, more beautiful, more beneficial to everybody too. Grows, like this. Yeah. So now I will tell another wonderful story. No one has ever seen or heard these pastimes of Lord Gore. No one has, even now, how many people have heard these pastimes? You haven't even heard them in ISKCON from many of these gurus. You haven't heard these pastimes. You haven't heard Bhagavad Gita yet, even with your Bhakti Shastra degrees. You haven't heard Srimad Bhagavatam yet until you've heard it in a place like this. You hear but don't hear. You've been singing that song, Shri Guru Charana Padma, from the real Guru, ecstatic prema emanates. And you have not seen the prema emanating. You heard but didn't hear. By their word, my ignorance is destroyed. You heard that song for 40 years, 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and still, whoops, and still, you haven't heard that song or read the book. And you want proof? Come here for 30 days and you'll see. Ask Johan. He read the books 4 or 5 times. Now he's saying, I understand. See? Because you got to follow the formula, man. If you're not awakened, you got to be awakened. You got to be born again. Yeah, you got to understand these words, simple sentences. When you hear them from a real empowered devotee, man, they impress. See? They impress, not compress you. They express you. They express that devotion in you, awakens. The answer is correct. When you're with a bona fide spiritual master, ecstatic love.
Oh, Kumadev. Oh.
It is fun. This is so fun, man. I love it. I don't know. This is the best show I ever seen. I love watching these replays too because they're fun. I mean, it's so amazing. It's like, what a show. Lord, you really put on a great show. I mean, I have no script, no teleprompter. I just watch the dance of Radha and Krishna every morning. I just chant Krishna's name, and Radha appears with the feeling, man. And I see this thing going on, and it's just so great, man. Kind of gets you going, and then the preaching comes, and it's very artistic and powerful and truthful, and it liberates people, awakens their bhakti. My God, what else is there but a dance? Right? I mean, I can't see what else is there. Just love the way the Lord is working here. It's just so interesting, to see happy faces, tears running down people's cheeks.
Oh, Lalita.
Yeah. And these persons are seasoned devotees. They've been around for a while. Look at this Shamaguri. She's been around a long time. It's nice to see her happy now. It's great. That's wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's see what other nectar we can get out of these verses here. Lord Gore is the master of all the worlds. The Supreme Personality of Godhead descended to this earth. Yeah, I mean, this is the bottom line is, if people will just see that God is the master, the true God is the master of all the worlds. But this has to be proved to the demons and the demigods. They got to see how God is actually the master of these worlds. He's the master. He's got to see, is he the master of your world, man? See, that's really the example, isn't it, Lalita? Isn't that God? People have to see that the Lord is the master of your world, right? Radha and Krishna, the master of your world. See, your temple, they're really rocking and rolling in your temple, man. This is what people got to see. Then they can say, well, God, I think we'll serve your master, man. Our masters are full of limitations, and meanness and harsh, and you just want to make slaves. Look at you. You make free people. Isn't that bad? God, can you imagine? These people, the elites, want to make slaves, and we just want to make free people. We want to free them. I mean, that's pretty magnanimous. We want to free even these demons that want to enslave the world. Because doesn't the word freedom sound good to everybody? Whether you're a demon and demigod, doesn't freedom sound wonderful? And they're all into this sex, between man and women, this is what they worship, is this sex act and all that stuff. And boy, this having this transcendental ecstatic union with God is even more wonderful. It's so purifying. You don't lose energy, you get energy. More intimacy, and you become more and more intimate with God. Oh man, there's no greater high than that. Man, adrenochrome, that is nothing compared to this. And this is just expanding every day. I mean, I'm amazed every day. And it's not that hard. You can go and do your duties and everything. All the Lord is saying, are you chaste? Are you not deviated by my Maya anymore? I mean, of course, and you can do that even here, you get a little, off track or whatever. The Lord will bring you back by the hair. I've seen this so many times. You'll see people that have left now for a while. They'll bring them back by the hair. It's just how he works, man. My Lord is like that. That's the why I like him. He's good in all ways. Master of the world. So you want to know that the Lord is master of the world. You want to see that as a fact. You got to see, oh yeah, the Lord is the master of Lalita Ganga's world and Shamaguri's world. That transcendental Lord, the ecstatic Lord, the Radha and Krishna Lord are the master of their world, their temple. He's chosen their temple to reside. And you notice he doesn't leave Lalita's temple, does he?
No.
Yeah. And everybody is becoming more and more like that. See, this is why these Christians don't think we're worshiping a false God. We're worshiping the God that you worship. But I think we're a little more clear about that. Yeah. Yeah, we have this same spirit that they said that Jesus said the spirit will dwell in you and will never leave you, will abide with you forever. Well, amen. That's what I'm worshiping. I love that spirit, man. Abides with me forever. Oh boy, yeah. I'm in. Anybody else in? Any of you demons in? Any of you demigods in? You want a spirit of God that you feel every day that makes you really happy more than anything else? And you don't know what that happiness is? Come and look. Every day you can see this kind of happiness. How about you in ISKCON or Gaudiya Smith? You have this kind of happiness. You have prema that I don't know, your gurus seem to say many lifetimes. Well, we got that now. You also want that now? Hey, man, Narayan Raj has been teaching about spiritual greed, right? Spiritual greed. Well, you know, let's see. Now you got your test. You got spiritual greed or not? Go ahead, Chamaguri. You're on.
I just want to say that this is real freedom, no artificial freedom. This is real freedom. No more sorrows, peaceful mind, happiness. It's so amazing, wonderful. And I'm feeling this. 2 days ago, I was reading in the afternoon, first Bhagavad Gita, then Chaitanya Charitamrita, and tears appeared. They just came up. Lord Chaitanya gave me this wonderful gift, and I am so grateful. And I am so grateful to have such a wonderful, amazing Guru Dev like you, Srila Gaura Haridas, giving me this shelter I never had before, and I'm so grateful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Yeah. Isn't it's so great to see people happy. This is the freedom to help. It's like being a what do they call it, like a midwife. You help assist the birth of people. I mean, it's the Lord in your heart that's doing that. From inside, and he's waiting for the inside and outside, so that he works both ways. That's why you see it's the formula. Isn't that chapter 1 of Chaitanya Charitamrita? When you're ready to be delivered, he sends you the bona fide spiritual master. And by the action of the super soul in the heart and the guru from the outside and inside, you see both are necessary. You see, you have that formula. And then that's why I say, why wait many lifetimes? The formula is here and we're teaching the formula, not hiding it. I mean, to be honest with you, some of these gurus that even people think is the highest and everything, I read their thing about Guru Tattva, and I couldn't believe it. 6 pages or so about what is a bona fide guru and dancing around the whole issue and never came to the essence. Therefore, people don't have the information. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry that I forgot to thank you, dear Lalita, for helping me so much. And also, dear Johan, it's amazing. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's read a little bit more here, see where it goes. Lord Gora is the master of the worlds, the supreme personality of Godhead, now descended to the earth. Persons who are offenders at heart, who are worthless like piles of ashes, whose intelligence is destroyed, and whose hearts are made dull and stunted by Lord Vishnu's Maya, will all become pure and holy saints when they hear the Lord Chaitanya's glories. See, and that is really the essence. When you hear the glories of the Lord from his real devotees, representatives, then you get this. Otherwise, if you're in Krishna consciousness for 5 years, for 10 years, for 20 years, in 30 years, and said, oh, have you become a saint yet? Have you become a saint yet? Pure and whole? Is your heart pure and whole? Oh, no, oh, no, no, no. That's many lifetimes, or, oh, that, no, well, that's, not even a possibility, right? But what is this preaching here? This is why it works here, because people are hearing Chaitanya Leela from where it's authorized, in the way it's authorized. And what happens? People are becoming pure and holy saints, but it's not the false ego type. We think, I'm a holy saint. No, it's like, hey, man, look at this. The Lord is living in my heart, man. I'm just a fool. You notice that? It's always like that. I'm nothing special. What is this they're preaching in ISKCON? You got to be special? You got to be like these special guys? There ain't no special guys in front of my Lord. They didn't get this mercy. It's some contrived thing, speculation. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know who they worship. You don't know anything. God, we making saints in this world, and they never the glory like I'm a saint, Only if they leave, then they start to get into that's why they leave. They think, no, I got to be special. No, none of us are special at all. But let me tell you, what resides in us, I will glorify that truth. Because that can be in you also, and will be in you, because that's the whole point of this preaching. When a person has that special Lord inside that has made them a saint, even though, I can't, I'm just a person, man. But the Lord says, I'm going to choose to reside in you because that's how I roll in Kali Yuga. You're in my line. You're in the line of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And the truth is, I live in you. Go ahead there, Shambhavi.
How can you represent the Lord if you don't have anything of him? How can you represent him? A guru needs to be a sadhu, and a sadhu has prema, otherwise he's not a sadhu. So it's so simple. It's so simple.
Yeah. It's so simple. And people don't know how Lord Chaitanya works in Kali Yuga. And we're here to teach that. You don't have to be anything special. You just got to come in the real line. You got to find, where is the Lord residing? And our Lord is residing here. Lord Chaitanya is here, who is Radha and Krishna, who is here. Prabhupada is here, more here than a lot of places, because we're on that page, the ecstatic page. And he wants this. This has his full approval, my friends. He wants people to know this stuff. He wants people not to wait more generations and keep doing the Vaidhi thing only and just hear all that speculation from unrealized gurus. They didn't realize this. This is essential. So anyway, now is the time to understand Lord Chaitanya's descent. Now is the time to realize that descent in our own hearts. Now is the time to chant in ecstasy like he did with his devotees. Now, in this generation, starts now. No, this Vaidhi will pass away. And the real teaching of Chaitanya Leela will be now. Lord Chaitanya said this. You can all check what I'm saying. You think I'm speculating? Look at chapter 4. People will hear the pastimes of the gopis. Okay? And they will start to worship the Lord in spontaneous love of God, which you see right here with your eyes. and will abandon all the rules and regulations. Read it. It's in Prabhupada's books. Abandon all the rules and the regulations because they don't need them anymore. Your heart will be dancing. You'll be naturally a good person. You'll be naturally a magnanimous person. What do you need any rules to structure your life when you have prema structuring your life?
It's part of religion. And because we need to leave religion, we leave the rules and regulations as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is understanding. What does it say in Bhagavad Gita? Those who understand the purpose of the Lord's descent do not take birth. They're liberated. You got to understand Lord Chaitanya's purpose if you want Radha and Krishna. It's not just a Bhagavad Gita thing. No. You got to understand Lord Chaitanya came here to relish devotional mellows and to spread that relish to others. So awaken that in people so they can relish the pastimes of Radha and Krishna and Chaitanya Leela. It's the highest reality, man. That's why he came here. And when you know, and the only way you'll know here is you got to start tasting. And when the Lord awakens in your heart, now you begin to know, oh, whoa, now I understand why the Lord, because you're part of the family, man. Family affair, right? You're absorbed into the family, the Borg, the transcendental Borg, man. You don't just get one eye, you get two eyes. And you don't get the AI, you get the Radha and Krishna thing. Yeah. So that's understanding the Lord's descent. Is you have to be awakened and then relish that truth of the Lord's descent because you're in the same family. Anyway, that's all going here, which is nice. Okay. Persons. Oh, I read that. Okay. So they will become saints because the disease of materialism will die. That's why you got to hear the truth. You know, what is perpetuating materialism? You're listening to materialists. You're listening to materialist gurus, even. They're still on the mundane platform, unless they can show that they're transcended. Isn't that Shamaguri, right? Can they show that they've transcended? Otherwise, it's a bunch of talk. Oh, yeah, I'm Gurudev. Look at my stick. Look at me. I'm sitting on the high seat. I'm giving Bhagavatam class. Yeah. Have you transcended? Has the material disease died in you or dying? Yeah. That's it. See, material, yeah, saints, because the disease of materialism will die. Isn't that amazing? All I got to do is hear the truth about the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, and the materialism dies. What do you need a bunch of rules? Well, I'm gonna force myself to get rid of materialism. I'm gonna, purify my heart by my efforts. How about just listening to an authorized devotee that's empowered by the disciplic line? How about following that path? That's the real path. That's the real path. Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 1. Those who patiently hear. The last verses in there. You can all check it. Last verses. Those who hear the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, his pastimes, his qualities, his relationships with his devotees. Isn't that what you hear here? All these things will develop pure love of God. This is the path of peace. Okay? Peaceful path. Okay? And where does it say? Who do you hear from? Those who are absorbed in the mellows of devotion and teach the Bhagavat, the book Bhagavat, and the devotee Bhagavat. You get them together, your material life is finished. And where does it say? Who do you hear from? Those who are absorbed in the mellows of devotion and teach the Bhagavat, the book Bhagavat, and the devotee Bhagavat. You get them together, your material life is finished. You get them together, your material life is finished. You get them together, your material life is finished. if you believe their preaching. Otherwise, you're going to listen to the preaching of Maya all the way up into religion, all the way up into religious Vaishnavism by gurus who can't prove that they have the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Radharani. They can't prove it. I haven't seen it proved. They just talk, a big talk. And people might say, I heard this guy say, he does the same thing I do, but he did it with the world. And he said, if I say something and I, like this, and I say, you're bogus and all this stuff. If you're not bogus, you're not offended, right? But if you're bogus, but how dare he say this about me? That means you're bogus. If you're not bogus, you'll laugh at this. You think, yeah, of course, this is right. That's why I say, you got to prove that you're a real guru. I want you to prove it, man. This is a poker game for the lives of the world, and I want to see your hand now, man. You got a pair of deuces. Are you bluffing, or you got a straight flush like we do? So if you're offended by me calling you out, if you're bogus, how dare you say I'm bogus? Oh, yeah? Well, why are you offended? God, people call me bogus all the time. Do I get offended? I laugh. I think, how funny. Oh, you get purified. Good. Can you imagine me preaching like this and getting offended? How can I couldn't sustain it? That's why they can't sustain it, See, so whatever I say like this, it's just so like, hey, man, if there's any illusion there, we're testing it, testing the metal, man. Is it going to break? Is it plastic? Or is it real? Is it titanium, of devotion, that titanium steel? You can't break it, right? Or is it plastic? Are you plastic, you gurus out there? Anyone plastic? What about you, Radhanath? Are you plastic or are you real? Let's see how he withstands that one. How about you, Jayapataka, or how about PhD out there? Are you a real PhD in Vaishnavism? You got real love of God awakened in you? You dare to show? You dare to proclaim? You dare to convince? Or are you teaching some other path? Some worthless path? So you guys tell me. Or are you offended by me saying these things? Because you can say all that, Gore, you're this, you're such, you're that. You're probably saying it anyway. I don't know, But if I hear it, it wouldn't bother me because I know who I am. I know what I am. I know what I believe. I know what I stand for. What about you? Can you stand in the middle of this preaching? Can your disciples stand, or are they going to be offended by truth? I get black. You guys, I think, hear like, oh, go hard. He's this, he's that, he's that. And you probably laugh at him. Say, oh, yeah. You guys are just whippersnappers, less intelligent. I didn't preach to them. This is, So that's the bottom line, man. This is a lot of people, they use this thing about, oh, he's offensive just to hide truth. You notice that? I don't like that, man. Oh, he's so offensive. Oh, yeah? How about he's so truthful? They want to hide truth. So that's offensive. Oh, Prabhu, be humble, man. Don't say anything. Be humble. Those who are humble keep their mouths shut. Put your mask on, man. We like masked men and women. Oh, this person's really humble. You look like you're repressed. Look like you need a good enema. Come here, we'll give you an enema. Transcendental enema. Just put some transcendental water in you, man. And it'll just flush all that crap out. So, once during the 9th hour of the night, Lord Gora suddenly began weeping. Now that's pretty sahaja, isn't it? If you see, now you guys out there, if you see anybody weeping, they're sahajas, right? Especially that person. You see, Lord, oh, I would never think that. Yeah. Well, if you see a devotee weeping now, you're seeing Lord Chaitanya weeping because that's what's happening. So whatever you do to them, you've actually goes all the way through the line, goes to that Lord Chaitanya there. So that's your real attitude is seen by the Lord. Oh, you don't like the weeping of my devotee, which is actually my weeping. I weep first and it's impressed on my devotee because they're surrendered to me. They know me. They're on board with me. They welcome me. They welcome gurus who weep. Huh, you don't welcome that? Then you're not welcoming me, the Lord, who weeps. You notice? Lord Chaitanya weeps. We weep also. What about you? How come I never see? Oh, you poor guy. I'm sorry, man. But this is for your benefit. This is medicine. You PhD out there, Mr. Acharya Dave, how come I've never seen you weep once in a class? Has anybody seen him weep once? I mean, is that offensive or am I just asking a good question? Has anybody seen any of these devotees weep torrents of tears? One time? I've never seen it once. Have you? Shamagor, you been around? How about you there? Have you seen Purjit weep torrents of tears there, River? Have you seen or is that just not the thing to do? See, that's a representative of Lord Chaitanya. They represent Lord Chaitanya. Hey, it's literal, people. It's literal. The Lord weeps and his devotees weep. Because it's the Lord in them weeping through them. They're an instrument, right? That's his playing the flute, is that weeping. And then you will weep when you hear that kind of weeping preaching. The weepers. The weepers are the reapers in this world. They reap the world for the kingdom. No weeping, no reaping. So surprised, Sachi asked her son, "Dear boy, dear one, why do you weep? Will you not tell me? Hearing you weep, I could not be peaceful. I felt as if my body had burst into flames, or as if the arrow was shot into my heart." Isn't that interesting? An arrow shot in my heart. You know, I had a vision in the early 70s. I think Govinda talked about it because I wrote about it once. And I had this out of the body experience, you know, and when I was lifted, I felt like I was lifted out of the body, literally out this way. And I saw this vision of an arrow arcing across the sky, and it hit a heart, see? And it splattered. Just, I didn't know that was foretelling things, you know, like this. And that's what devotee, it pierces the heart. The arrow, see, the arrow is like truth, man. It pierces the heart, see, and it melts it, see, and then the blood flows. See, the blood is the real life. The real life is this bhakti, man. See, that was all like foretelling these kinds of things. And then Moses appeared up there, carrying tablets, actually, walking down these steps, radiating a green aura. Green is the healing. See, this is the healing the world needs, isn't it? And they need their bhakti. They need an arrow of truth in there, man. See, that's a lot of weeping, man. A lot of tears, a lot of laughter, that kind of stuff. He pierces. And then the blood, the real blood, the blood is the life, man. The blood is the bhakti. You know, it's red, isn't it? Radha is portrayed as red, passion, but pure passion for God. Yeah, you got to have some preparation for this job, man. Okay. Hearing his mother's words, Lord Gore was silent. Then, sitting on his bed, he described what he saw in a dream. He said, I saw a person with a body handsome and glory. Oh, Krishna! I saw a person. I saw a person. I saw a person whose body was handsome and glorious, like a dark monsoon cloud. His crown was of a peacock feathers. His effulgence was wonderful. He wore bracelets, armlets, necklaces, and anklets. On his forehead were sandal paste moons. He was very effulgent. He wore yellow garments and held a flute in his left hand. With a joyful heart, I gazed at his handsome form. See, with a joyful heart, I gazed at his handsome form. See, this is the name. The name is like this for us. See, with a joyful heart. See, bring joy to you to chant the Hare Krishna mantra. That joy is Radha. That joy is devotion. That joy is what you get here. That's the awakening. If you don't have that, you're eating unspiced khichdi, doing austerities like the gopis, unmarried gopis. You're not married to God. You know, we have a lot of married persons here. They're married to Krishna. How do you know? Hey, they're married with the bond of this love. According to the Rakshasa rite. That's how the Lord got married, and a lot of times he went and would snatch people. He'd snatch his wives up, kidnap them. That's what we do here. You're married by the Rakshasa rite. No formalities, no big celebrations. Krishna just comes and snatches you up and marries you. Right, Shamaguri? Just snatched you. Snatched your heart, man. Captured your heart. And it's like, yes, wow. Hey, man. Thank you, Lord, man. Snatching me up. Like Rukmini. She was bound by all these people there. This is the Maya. This is why we got to be saved. We got to be snatched up, man. Snagged by the Lord and the Lord's devotees. You know, this is like Rukmini. She was surrounded by Shishupal, all these demons, man. You know, it couldn't get out. So the Lord, she prayed to the Lord. See, this is this. See, when you're ready to be married to the Lord, when you're ready for this one-way trip, this one, time where you're just there, He sends you His representative, and they're the priest that performs the marriage rites. See, and this is Harikatha. We're reading you the marriage rites here. See? You have a right to the Lord now, right to this marriage because you have faith in His real priest. His real ministering, administering the medicine, ministration. Okay. Hearing these nectar words from Lord Vishwambara's mouth, Sachi became filled with bliss. The hairs of Lord Vishwambara's body stood erect. The hairs of Lord Vishwambara's body stood erect. See, this is a treasure you get here. One of the treasures is you hear the words. See, you even from your own mouth, you recite the pastimes, and they get ecstatic. Now that's wealth. Hey, Bill Boy Gates, can you do that? Go ahead there.
And the word gives you God.
And the word gives you God. See, your word, it's like the Lord is playing his flute, and you're the flute. And it's like you're playing and he's playing. You're playing together. See, and it's very ecstatic experience, very absorbing experience, very happy experience, very deepening, always a new tune, ever fresh. Yeah. This is real self-realization. You realize the real self. You realize the flautist. Yeah, you realize your position. That's why this thing of I'm so special. What are you so special, man? What's special is the Lord, and the Lord is thinking, yeah, this is my special flute. I like this flute. This particular bamboo. Of all the bamboo things, I grabbed this one and I hollowed it out for my work in this world. Are you want to become one of those? You come here, the Lord will hollow you out so he can play a beautiful tune through you. Very special one. That's specialness. Yeah. People will see, wow, that's a real special tune. And the devotee's not thinking I'm special. No, well, the Lord's playing. What do you expect? Yeah. Even the flute likes to hear the tune. When a flute player, you ever play a flute? The people are inspired to play the flute, not only because people like it, but mainly because they like it, right? I really like playing this flute. Right? Isn't that why would you have the motivation if everybody, play the flute, and you have no great happiness playing the flute? You think, well, I don't know, you like it, but I'm not getting much out of it. See? So that's playing, when the Lord is playing us and he's enjoying it, well, we got to enjoy it too, because if we're not enjoying that song, that's coming through the particular instrument, then what would be the inspiration to continue? That's called relishing mellows. Relishing the song the Lord is playing. The song of God. Oh, every day is a song of God. I'm reading Bhagavad Gita, man, for the voice, and how he plays it and all that. The song of God, man. Isn't that amazing? Just repeating these verses, a new song, another very, thing. It was been played before since Arjuna so many times. And whenever a real devotee is playing that Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Leela or Chaitanya Bhagavat or Chaitanya Mangal, see, a song is coming forth, right? New one, ever fresh, same but different. Liberating song. It makes people happy in their heart. It makes God happy. He likes to hear that song. He's in your heart, right? That's our secret. We just sing songs to the Lord. This is actually it's just I'm singing to the Lord, At that moment, Lord Nityananda Roy arrived from Srivasa's house. Lord Nityananda saw Vishwambara manifest a very handsome form, an effulgent form with great arms and a deep navel. I'm going to go on here. Two days blissfully passed in this way. Lord Vishwa, the Vaishnavas blissfully sang Lord Gaura's glories. Isn't this nice? We're also passing our time singing Lord Gaura's glories. Yeah, part of it's a family affair. Otherwise, what other real happiness is there in this world? Sense gratification? It's okay. It's nice to have a coffee once in a while, you know. But I couldn't live. You know, could live without this, but you can't live without the glories of the Lord. That's how you know when you're liberated. You got the grace. When you can't live without hearing the glories of the Lord or speaking the glories, or giving classes and hearing your own voice, that's when you're liberated. Otherwise, you're not liberated yet. If you're just doing it out of obligation, well, I'll chant the holy name out of obligation because I don't want to go to hell or something, or the guru says to do it. Or I'm just giving class because it's my obligation, because I, get paid because I got to go here and there and fly and be important. I got to be important. I got to be a symbol of Vaishnavism. You're only a symbol, like an ecclesiastical symbol, like the Pope. How many people, how many of these gurus, to be honest with you, how many of them are just kind of symbols like the Catholic popes? Inside the popes, a lot of materialistic thinking. I look at them and how they talk. Some of them are demons, actually. Literally, they've infiltrated just to get control over religion. I mean, it's well known now, coming out. Kissing the hand of Satan, actually. So, there's so much of that going on. Ecclesiastical symbols. That's why real devotees are more important to the Lord than any of this stuff, all that bullshit going on in the world and in religion too. Yeah, that's why Krishna says, abandon all varieties of religion. Just surrender to me. Surrender to the truth, man. Listen to my real devotees who are my real flutes, man. I'm playing through them. I'm playing them. I'm playing as them. Listen to them and you'll be set free from that song of truth. Otherwise, you just still, people can't help you very well. Always mislead you, more or less mislead everybody. But how are you misled here? Are you led? Are you redirected to the right place? How do you see? Your real friend leads you to your real friend, right? Your real friend is that transcendental Lord. That's the work here. So you could say, well, is Gaurahari, is he misleading people? Where are you going? Just taking you to your real friend, proving it. When you meet the real friend, you say, this is my real friend, man. He gives me the greatest happiness, greatest purification, greatest realization, greatest understanding. Thank you, Guru Dev. If you don't have that gratefulness in your heart, you don't have the real Guru yet. Or you're not followed sincerely yet. Right? Because my Guru Dev's led me to my real friend, the Lord in the heart. Hey, they're your real friends if they can lead you to God in your own heart. And you have that experience, that encounter, that awakening that'll last for you forever. My God, you know what we're selling here? Yeah, if you want to put a dollar amount on it, you need triple of what Bill Gates has in his treasury. But you can't even put a dollar amount. It's priceless. To the awakening of God in your heart. Go ahead.
Paramatma is priceless.
Priceless. And you get more than Paramatma. You get, instead of Paramatma sitting in the seat of the heart, you get Krishna. Yeah. Turns into Krishna. Paramatma, that's junk change, man. Isn't that attractive much to the devotee? Paramatma, the super soul.
It's a start. It's a start.
It's a start. You get more than that here, man. We give you the whole thing. Krishna sits in there. He sits in there and plays, man. You get the full expression of the Lord, not just Paramatma feature. So it doesn't attract gopis. Residents of Vrindavan, they see Paramatma. When the Lord hides, you know how the Lord hides? He puts his Paramatma form. It disguises him. It's his disguise in Vrindavan, because people, they know the Krishna form, and they're not satisfied. Where's Krishna? You're the all-seeing Lord, right? You're in the hearts of everybody, so you tell us where Krishna is. So that was the gopis. Tell us where Krishna is, since you're in everybody. Where is he? Where is he now? We want to go find him. Oh yeah, respectful obeisances, you Paramatma. Yeah, it's very nice. But where's Krishna? Where's that form? That's why you want to find Krishna, you got to find where his family member is, right? So it's just common sense. Because he's where his family member is. And if you're not a family member, that's people should ask. Poor gurus, we're just flattening you out, man. But that's good. Straighten everything out. Hey man, everybody should ask, man. Is Krishna with you? Can we see the signs that Krishna is with you? Where is the ecstasy of Vrindavan? Where's the ecstasy of a resident? See, if you find a resident Vrindavan, what do you find? You find this ecstasy. This means Krishna is there, close, intimately. Yes, go ahead.
Can I say something?
Absolutely.
It just went through my mind, this wonderful story, Radha Yatra festival, and a devotee is sweeping in front of the car on the way, That's exactly what we do here, We sweep the path for all of them who wants to come with us. We are cleaning this path, sweeping, make it even, so they can all follow. They can follow us.
That's right. That's perfect analogy there, because that's exactly what we're doing.
Yeah, that's exactly what we are doing here.
Prabodhananda Saraswati said it too. He said it in his poem. He said the devotees, when you find a real associate of Lord Chaitanya, they sweep off the brambles on the path of pure devotional service, because the path is here, but there's a lot of stuff on it right now. We sweep off the path. So, there it is. And then you can walk it. Okay? So it's the same thing in the Gundicha temple, right? The Gundicha pastimes. The temple is our bodies, okay? We look at the deeper meaning. The temple is our bodies, and the Lord is there, and the devotees are there. The Lord is inside as a super soul. And the devotees are there also. And they're both sweeping. You notice we sweep from the outside, and the Lord sweeps from the inside. And the Lord always sweeps the most dust out, because he's, when the awakening happened. See? So we're here sweeping from this side. See, that's why you hear, and all that's troublesome to the heart, that's all the dust. See, all the dirt, all the ignorance. See, all that's troublesome from the heart removes. And then the Lord in the heart awakens. See, this is Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Verse 18. See, the Lord awakens in the heart. See, as an irrevocable fact. See, you can't revoke it now. You know the truth. You know how the Lord lives in you and has been dormant and now is awake. And he stays with you. As long as you stay with him, you stay with his devotees, especially when his devotees are here. Can you imagine? This is the thing with some people, they leave here and then they go to where the devotees have devotion has not even been awakened. That's going backwards. Why would you do that? I don't know. Some kind of illusion. Unfortunate, but people, they have their journey and they will learn their lesson. Krishna will, at a certain point, will drag them back. Because a lot of those people that actually have left here, they were very nice and did good service, and they just got a little bit off track. I've gotten off track myself. So, I have compassion in that way. I've been off track, It's part of the experience. Especially once you get this or even a taste of it, hey man, your material entanglement is going to be gone. Whether it takes one life or two lives or whatever, it's just shortly you're free. You're going to be free. So David Beeman says, I took a course on asshole-ladom. Asshole-ladom. I like that word. That's a nice word. Asshole-ladom. There's a lot of people are in that dom there. Once you admit you're an asshole, you have transcended being an asshole. Yeah, basically that's it. When you realize that you're a wretch, I don't care, you're a big guru or whatever, if you can't admit that, or you got to put on a light, oh, I'm not a wretch, my disciples, they'll lose faith in me if I admit what I am. Can you imagine? They think, because they're looking at the show, the show bottle with the show. Oh, look at me. I'm, like the Pope, they dress real. Oh, well, he must be really holy. Look how well he's dressed. No, the thing is, are you dressed with God living in your heart? Because it's not about it. Look at this. External t-shirts, everybody's nothing. We just come as we are. Are you dressed for success? Dressing for success in Krishna consciousness, real Krishna consciousness. If you're dressed for success, the Lord will be with you. The Lord will be manifesting in your heart. See, now you'll be successful. You're already successful for yourself. And when you're preaching this conclusive truth, people will you'll make them successful. See? So people need to be, is this guru dressed for success? Well, are you dressed with Hare Krishna mantra where you're chanting with ecstatic love? There you go. This person is dressed with success because God is in them. He's the success, right? He's the purifier. He's the success. He's the boon. He's the intelligence. He's everything. So if he's in you, you're dressed for success. He's the bhakti, man. Well, it's Radha's in there. See, Radha Krishna. See, that's dressing for success. Conclusive truth. That's how devotees are dressed. They're dressed with ecstatic love and dressed with conclusive understanding. See? Satchidananda in this world. That's success. Anybody comes into that shelter has Govardhan over their hill protecting them in this world. You have the real pastimes of the Lord that went on that hill. You have those real pastimes, the real truth protecting you. Okay? And then you become dressed with success. You have real understanding and you preach that forward. You illuminate the world, man, in all these different places. And that's basically it. You in your realm of preaching, you're like Shamaguri, you're over there in Germany. You have people, you contact people, man. You give them the real light, the real conclusion, the real understanding that you're getting. Hey, make them happy. Whoever listens to you, if there's room for your word. If there isn't, you'll know. It's like you say something, they go, oh, okay. Next. Is there any room for the word? So where if there's room for it, then this will go in people and will start to grow. They start to awaken.
Gurudev?
Yes?
I have to leave now. Almost 4 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Haribol.
Govinda says, fell asleep watching PhD class. And so those watching with. Yeah, that's the way to test it. Is go and you watch the different Vaishnava gurus and see how you feel. Isn't it interesting
I
that
do it sometimes.
they have great fear. Don't go and listen to Gohari, right? Don't go. They do that in the Narayan Maharaj group too. Don't go listen to even one of their gurus. Some of them. Don't go listen to Prem Parojana. Oh, you're afraid. See, fear. I'm not afraid, man. Hey, man, you got stronger truth. Go out there. Hey, Acharya Dave have a stronger realized truth? Hey, go. Come back and give us a report. If you say, oh man, Charlie Dave, he's a great devotee. I see ecstatic devotion come from his eyes. He's holy laughter and all that stuff. So, hey man, let's go hang out there. Let's go listen. God is there. The real devotees like where God is. But if he's not there, well, hey man, what's there to fear? I'm not afraid of Maya. I'm not afraid of religion. I'm not afraid of hypocrisy. Because I can, if I see a person that's not real, you're only real when bhakti is awakened in your heart, right, Lalita?
Yeah, of
You know,
course. Of course. I sometimes listen to lectures just to do a test, and oh my God, it's to cry material tears. Really,
yeah,
really, it's sad, very sad. Oh my God.
yeah.
Not
So
attractive at all. Don't be afraid, Guru Maharaj. We stay here.
I'm not afraid at all. I just say go out, listen to
I
anybody.
know, I know. You
But
advise us to listen to others. Oh, I've.
it's
There's
good to
nothing compares to your preaching.
yeah,
Nothing.
yeah. Go listen to those who've left here. They leave and they say, I've had some leave here and they say we got a higher thing now. Well, go listen to them. See if it's really true or if Maya's kind of snagged them a little bit. See if they're juicy, man. It's all about juice.
Oh, yeah, I've seen somebody drying up, and I told her, I see you drying up every day. She was very angry on me, but it's not the
See,
same person.
see again. If you really got it, you will just laugh. If you get angry about that means they got the real truth is there. You're weak. But if a person
Yeah,
if you come and say actually go hard, you're drying up, I'll laugh at you, man. Hey man, I know my experience. But if I don't know and I'm me drying up? Oh, how dare they say that? I'm offended. Hey,
yeah, and then she said, and you do nothing else but displaying, displaying,
yeah,
displaying.
you just display all this. Yeah.
It's very sad. We were so
Anyway,
close.
she's don't worry, she'll be back because she's a good lady. She did a lot of good service. It was nice. I had a great time over there, and I won't mention too much of that. But it's Krishna's will for. Actually, she's done this before, and it's you have to. Sometimes the lessons are deep. Don't worry, she's doing all right. She'll be all right.
I think it started by trying to help the Vaidhi Bhaktas there
Yeah, it's
and
associations.
doing concessions to
Yeah,
bring them to you, and then something didn't
yeah.
work
It's
very
just yeah. She'll get over it. A lot of people. It's just we're here to experience things, and that's part of the lesson. And we all have our little journey. Yeah, that's why. Anyway, it's awesome. This is. I mean, it just gets more and more clear, and we're here. It's not like I want to, um, like really like criticize gurus and stuff. It's just the idea is to get for those who want to be part of the work here is to set captives free. And if you're captivated by ignorance, you got to hear the truth. And those who are ready to hear the truth will listen, will hear. And so they come first. But I can't stop speaking the truth. We got to get it really clear. Like, are these gurus, any of them, are they really bona fide? Because if they are, they'll withstand this preaching. They will not be offended. But if you're offended, then hey man, you're not who you think you are. And that's a good thing to know. That's a good thing for your disciples to know if they really want Krishna. You know, If you want name
It's not about caressing their false egos.
No.
That's not the purpose. It's about the truth of Krishna.
Yeah. And otherwise, you're just delaying the thing. And not everybody will accept this preaching. Some maybe even may kill this body here because they get so angry. How dare you? How dare I'm offended. Yeah, well, hey, man. Thing is, that means you're not really knowing and confident in the truth. If you really are, then you know. You're like, oh, he's just saying, oh, that Gohar is in Maya. Why is he? My guru is bona fide. See? But if he's not really bona fide, the disciple will be offended, and so will the guru. See, because they're not liberated souls. Here, even my disciples are becoming, liberated. This. So they're not. It's like, you're just a baby, you're just a child, and you preach to them if they listen. If not, they just go away, go back into the illusion. And then you go, okay, anybody else? Look how many living entities are here. There's zillions, literally. Every little particle. We're all just like these little particles, All right, so read that there, Lalita.
The conception of God and love of God are all a different story. They don't have a complete picture of God and love of God. What according to you, the real full conception of God and love?
Yeah, see, the love is a devotion, and God is his name. So his name and his pastimes. So they got to be together. That's self-realization, the full realization. Without it, you just got a conception, and there's going to be speculation because you don't realize it. It's the love, devotion that enables us to realize the absolute truth. Otherwise, when we're not clear on it, this proof is the gurus. They're preaching something else. They preaching about sometimes love of God and all that stuff, but they cannot awaken it. It's not even awakening in them. Therefore, there's going to be natural speculation, uh, twisting things and talking about other things, and just it's not potent. See, so you notice even in this world, if there's going to be a birth of a child, it's a mother and father's got to be there. If there's not a mother and father, there's no birth. Same thing spiritually. The mother and father have to be there. That's the bona fide guru. Devotion to God is the mother and father. That's in the temple. It's in the pujari and the priest of their temple. Okay? And you got to make that connection, and then you'll have the spiritual rebirth. Because the Krishna child will be born of their preaching, their showing, their demonstration, their word, their ecstasy and their word. Then you have a spiritual. If people can't take this preaching, well, you don't get born. You're not born yet. You'll go another life without being born. And that includes these gurus, man. I don't care how many followers they got, and by the way they got them. If you don't have this rebirth, where the spiritual child, the Bhakti Lata Bij is awakened in you, and now you're watering it with hearing, chanting, remembering, and the tears will be there, the ecstasy will be there. You need this. Otherwise, you're not knowing where real Krishna consciousness is going. It's going here. Is everything that Jesus said is about the bona fide, making connection with the bona fide guru. All your study, he said this, all your study of the scriptures, all your fastings, all your renunciation, all your prayers is leading to me. leading to the bona fide representative. They're both your father and mother in that way. They cause the birth of the transcendental Lord in your heart. No one else can do that. It's all leading to that bona fide spiritual master. That's what Jesus meant. Lord Chaitanya said the same thing. When you chant the holy name in ecstasy, he says that is the product of study of all the Vedas and the fastings and all that stuff. That whatever you've done is chanting the holy name in ecstasy. And to do that, it's through the devotees who already chant the holy name with great ecstatic love. See, this is the path. We clearing all the brambles and the dirt off the path of pure devotional service, so people can see it real clearly. That's why it's the devotee. When you see the devotee, you hear that you're looking this way. You're hearing. Your ears are in earshot. You're hearing the real path. Okay? So that's how you get it. Okay. So read that there, Lalita.
Why gurus are very attracted to those materially well established, rich aristocrats, artists, actors, PhDs, etc.
Yeah,
Why
because
are they?
because they don't have the spiritual potency.
Mm.
See, if they did, then they'd be attracted to that. But they're, this is how, they're attracted. Oh, this person is important. Or let me be an important person with a big title. Is mundane material. Here we show we're attracted to what is actually spirit. This is spirit. This preaching is spirit. This emanation is spirit. It's not new age even. This is beyond. This is beyond celestial. This is beyond the demigods. This is transcendent to the false ego, man. This is transcendental to air, fire, water, ether, mind, material intelligence, false ego, name, fame, competition. Okay? This is transcendent to liberation, the oneness of God. This is all, that's why the real line is you cannot do it by your own strength, man. You might as well just go in the line where it's already attained, and then you'll attain it that way by the mercy of the devotees that are here, the living ones. And then you become qualified. Then you can pick it up from the books. And you see, boy, when I read about Rupa Goswami, I'm with Rupa Goswami. I'm tasting his essence. What do you think Prabhupada said when he said, I'm alive forever in my books? You taste their essence, Prabhupada's essence. Yeah, when I read, when Prabhupada appeared to me in my dream, it was like, oh yeah, I got you through your books. I mean, it was just a little bit more accentuated, but it was, yeah, that's your books, and your word is you who you are. The word is God, man. The word is the devotee. Yeah. The devotee, they give you God, they're part of his personality. They're got that close. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami is part of the Lord's personality. They're that close. Simultaneously one and different. This is Krishna consciousness. This is what's here. Huh. People knew, they would pee their pants if they knew what was going on here. Pass urine all over themselves. Oh my God.
They can't imagine what it is. If they would feel what we feel, they would immediately say, I want this. But they are so ignorant.
Yeah.
Imagine.
They're not born yet. That's all right. We'll continue doing our work.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great. I want to thank Zuckerberg for providing us Facebook so that we can dance every morning, provide the stage. Sorry, I'm very sorry you got all these people complaining about you. Why? What's there to complain? You're doing it, you provide us a stage for Krishna consciousness to be preached. Yeah, as you see, no threat to you, no threat to anybody. We don't talk about the V word. No, no need. Yeah, go ahead and do whatever, go promote what you want to promote. Yeah, we promote what we want to promote here, and it's very innocent. No threat at all. It's true, it's not. It's only beneficial for everybody. Beneficial for Zuckerberg and for all these guys. Bill Gates, beneficial for you, beneficial for the gurus, beneficial for everybody. Filled with bliss of ecstatic love, Lord Nityananda sat down before Lord Gaura. Gazing at Lord Gaura's face, Lord Nityananda Nityananda boisterously laughed and deeply wept. So there it is. You got to look at the Lord's face. His face is Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Are you boisterously laughing and weeping? This is Vrindavan. This is why I say here, the symptoms of Vrindavan are here. You're like, see, Nityananda would look at Lord Chaitanya's face. Well, hey man, the Lord is unmanifest now, but he's manifest in his name. So proof that you're like Nityananda in the real line, man, when you're looking at that mantra, are you laughing and weeping? Right? The name says none different than Krishna. Can you prove that the name, that you're a real devotee, really connected to the spiritual family? Because when you look at the name, when you hear the name, are you laughing and crying sometimes and all bursting with bliss and all these other symptoms coming? Are they or aren't they? Otherwise, how can you say you're in the real line? I love this preaching of the Lord by example. The Nityananda sat before the Lord. We sit before the Lord's name. The laughing and crying is happening here as it was there. So what does that mean? The same grace is here as it was then. Otherwise not. Simple, isn't it? 1 and 1 equals 2. See? This is how you get it. You got to hear here. You know why? Because here you switch from being an external devotee to an internal. You say, "Oh yeah, that's confidential, isn't it?" Yeah, real confidential. But it has Prabhupada's approval to speak confidentially because this truth will set you free. Right now, you know what's real. Now you know what is a real devotee in so many ways. Now you know what is a real guru in so many ways. Every sentence practically say, this is real guru, this is the real line. Is you got to see somebody sitting before the holy name of the Lord and chanting that name and sometimes weeping and sometimes laughing like a mad woman, just like Lalita. She's got the mercy of Nityananda, yes or no? If you have the mercy of Nityananda through the line, then you're going to laugh and cry also like Nityananda. Because the electricity was the same then as it is now. Electricity is electricity, right? Yes or no? If you don't see the same electricity that Nityananda had when he saw the Lord and the weeping and crying, you don't see that now, you haven't found the real devotees. You haven't found the real associates of Lord Chaitanya. And you certainly haven't found the real Guru Dave. If you don't have those symptoms, you're not real guru in this world. Now, isn't that the essence? Isn't the real guru the one who delivers Krishna and Radha to you? If you can't do that, step aside because that's our work here. It's working. And if you don't step aside, then you're just a bramble and an obstacle and a test for yourself and your disciples. If they believe your bullshit and your preaching, they can't come here, right? I've said, you know how many people, one lady said, I really like your preaching and everything. And then she went to her guru who was trained by Tony Robbins. A guru trained by Tony Robbins. Can you imagine? Oh, don't go to Gore. He's not bona fide. I don't need Tony Robbins for my preaching. I need Radharani for my preaching, man, because she informs me about Krishna. That's all I need. And she goes, oh, well, I can't go hard because, my Guru Dev. Well, you believe more in his bullshit than you believe in the truth. So then that's, stay married to that. That's your husband there, your guru. Stay shackled to Tony Robbins preaching. He's you putting all these techniques so he can be a guru. Okay? These guys got thousands of disciples. They're all Guru Dev, and they give them all their money and all their time, all their energy. For what? Yeah, you come here, you give your time and energy or whatever, from your heart. What happens? Oh, you get Krishna. And they don't get that. What do they get? Well, prestige. Well, I have a Guru Dev. Yeah. Where's he taking you? Well, I don't know. We don't think about it. We're too absorbed, in our work. We just come and put on a show, go to the show. Give a class. He speaks a little bit of philosophy and the Krishna there, juggles the words a little bit. Yeah. Did you get bhakti? You get this devotion? Are tears come into your eyes? Holy laughter coming like Nityananda had when he looked at the Lord? Have you got that? Well, that's real Krishna. That's the real wealth. That's the real jewel. Did you get that? Oh, we never heard about that. That was never. Well, that's who you're listening to. You're hearing a person who doesn't know what the goal of life is. They don't manifest the goal of life in their own character, their own characteristics. You come here, you say, this person is not only this person, but other persons here. This person, they're like Nityananda, man. They look at the Lord's name and they're weeping and crying and laughing and bursting with bliss, just like Nityananda. Whoa, I think we found the real link. Now, that's, to me, thinking straight in Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, you're a crooked thinker. You're not very straight. You're not very clear. And you won't be very happy either. This is real happiness, man. This is what the Lord came to bring to the world. We're just bringing again, reviving again what the Lord already brought to this world. You can have it now, not many lifetimes. What kind of preaching is that now? We're here to reveal the kingdom. Go ahead, what?
Yeah, you're not like between those devotees, you don't feel in a transcendental atmosphere. You're still in the material atmosphere. You feel that the talks, where you hear how the exchanges between each other. There is not a transcendental atmosphere. The loading is not there. The cloud of Krishna is not there.
They're not awakened yet. They don't know what it is. They never discuss. They can't discuss because the Lord doesn't reveal it, because they're not a verse personified. You got to be Bhagavad Gita 10:10. You got to be to those who worship Krishna with loving, ecstatic rapture, in intimacy, in ecstasy. They have the right understanding and real knowledge. That's here. That's here. That's here. Come on, man. Wake up. You got to find real devotee Bhagavats. The Lord is making us, we're nothing special. The Lord is making us devotee Bhagavats simply because he's taking his seat in his heart and we become the verses. He causes us to become the verses. I can't glory in myself. I just glory in the Lord. How he can do such a miracle. Gaura Hari Das, who is just an idiot, a fool, a jester. becomes a verse personified, that's a miracle. I mean, I think this is only a miracle. That only the Lord has to be in your heart to do that. Otherwise, these guys can't represent it. They can't do it. No matter how illustrious they want to appear to be, how perfect with their PhDs they want to appear to do, they cannot manifest themselves as the verse in these books. All these verses I quote, they're just, you got to be it, man. You got to be Bhagavad Gita personified. The Lord has to be in person in you to do it. You cannot say, like Lord Chaitanya said, yes, it is correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly spiritual master. You cannot be it unless you do that. People by your association of devotion to Krishna, you got to be that verse in living color in the world now, live. Otherwise, it's just in the book, just floating in the book. And they quote the words, they speak the classes and everything, and nothing manifests because they're not it. Man, when you're with a real guru, you say, wow, I feel this word. I see this word. I experience it I see it with my own eyes. The word in the book is made flesh. What do you think it meant when Jesus said that? Means this. What you see here, it's the word made flesh. I think that's a miracle, don't you? Isn't that amazing, man? Just saying that's like, wow, that's a whole new light on the subject, man. God, I always wonder, what does the word mean, flesh? Just what I said. Just what you see. This is miracle stuff, man. This is the miracle, what you see in this Sangha, man. The word made flesh by the action of the book Bhagavad and the devotee Bhagavad, absorbed in the metals of voice. See, if I got to find somebody, a real devotee Bhagavad, see, and by their action, man, by their word, you know, that they use the book, man, and they use it like a hammer, like Thor's hammer, man, it smashed the Maya, you know. Boom, man, only they can pick up that hammer. You know, Thor, only he could pick up that hammer. Only King Arthur could take that sword out of the stone. Otherwise, it's just stone. Sword of the Bhagavatam, the truth out of there, man. And smash the Maya, the illusion. You know, clear it out. See, so you got to be personified, and that's what you get here. So then you feel, it's like, you know, the followers of Jesus, they saw, oh, Jesus said, why do you want to follow me? Because I want to feel this word of God, man. I want to feel these scriptures, not just read them in a eulogy, and then maybe it's false because I don't feel them. I feel these words, man. You know? Well, yeah. Why could you feel them? Because he was the word made flesh. In the flesh. You heard it with the mouth. You say, this guy is definitely Bhagavad Gita 10:10. Man, he worships the Lord with loving acts. See, that's it. That's the living devotee. Alive. They're the verse alive. Living in this world. Okay? You become that. You hang out with a devotee like that, you get so, the Thor's hammer smashes, it's, you know, all the illusion, and boom, then you become like that. Read that there. Let's see what he has to say.
Which version of Chaitanya Charitamrita, which one are bona fide? Where is the transcendental cloud? How do neophytes understand these things by themselves unless they are infested by transcendental love?
Yeah. First, you got to get smashed with Thor's hammer, man. That's the word. You know, you get purified. You know, and you develop faith. Oh man, it's just like the verses. When you have faith, because you get the awakening, you heard long enough, your faith is really strong, and then you get the awakening of devotion, the Lord in the heart, which is like the feeling for God awakens, And then the great, oh wow, by the mercy of my God, this would not have happened if I would have been alone, or I'd be with all these gurus out here. I've been, a lot of the people coming here, they've been with the gurus for 5, 10, 25 years and didn't have anything. And now they got it. No, that's why you're grateful, because, now I got it. We didn't get it that way. And what else? Yeah, which one is bona fide? Well, Prabhupada's is bona fide. It's a beautiful book. And if you can't, sometimes the verses, if you can't quite get it in a verse, then you look at the word for word, and then you usually get it. If not, the Lord will download something. That's what you get here. You become, your intimate relationship with the Lord is awakened. You become a liberated soul, even here in this world. Isn't that amazing? Generating liberated souls in this world. Already it's been done. There's a lot of the liberated devotees here, man. This is very rare. Huh.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. And to get this transcendental love, if you don't have it already, you need to go through the process. This is what you see here, what you hear here is the process. It's all here. You just keep coming, keep listening real attentively, and you'll see you shall know the truth, and that truth will set you free. That truth is the awakening of devotion in your heart. Now you got the feeling, and set you free, because now you know who God is, because devotion has revealed it. Without this, you cannot understand who Krishna, what Krishna is, what is the real path. Always a little bit clear, a little bit unclear. Always, even all the way up into Vaishnava religion, not clear who are the real gurus, people mixing in. Oh yeah, we accept Prabhupada, but we accept these other gurus on the same platform. We get, all the way through the line. Nah, all speculations. And when you get the real guru, they're as good as the previous one. And in a sense, better for us, because it's progressive. The Lord doesn't want, we'll just stick with Prabhupada's preaching and Bhakti Siddhanta. It's never going to progress. And that's what they do. Oh, yeah, it's just, oh, yeah, you're not preaching with Prabhupada. Yeah, he didn't preach ecstatic love of God, and we do. That's progressive on his order, even. Has full authority to do this. Why not? Liberate his devotees. Anybody who comes to believe in this preaching, and we reason with you reasonably, we'll show you this is more reasonable than anything you heard out there, unless it's like this, that Lord Krishna is using that person transcendentally to liberate others. If you really want out, this is the only place, I would just go here. Why not? I haven't heard this kind of preaching anywhere. Zero.
Your preaching is a jewel, Guru Maharaj. It's really a jewel.
This is, a lot of people are mesmerized by Maya all the way up. It's just like there was a devotee. He was, they call it Ananta Vasudev Das. Ananta Vasudev. And he was very smart. He was like a good Brahmin, and he was humble, and he memorized all the verses of the Bhagavatam. Can you imagine memorizing all the verses in the Bhagavatam? And even Bhakti Siddhanta would, he would, because of his age, maybe forget something, and he would be right there to quote the verse. Okay? And so after Bhakti Siddhanta disappeared, they thought, well, this guy is qualified, because look, he knows all the verses and all that stuff. And therefore they appointed him Acharya. And Prabhupada, so his view is my view. It's the same thing, always the same. His view was, wait a second, our guru never mentioned that he should be Acharya. And you're appointing him. That is not enough of the qualification to just have some appointment of an Acharya. An Acharya is self-effulgent. They don't need to be appointed. See? Who appointed Gaurharidas Acharya here, or spiritual master?
Well, we gave you this title because the proof was there, because this prema was emanating from you and we received this. But I think you were there, you have been chosen by the Lord.
Well, you see, it's the Lord in that sense that appoints. See, this is like who appointed Jesus to do what he did. No, the Lord anoints that devotee with his intimate association, and they're self-effulgent because of that, because of their absorption in the true self, which is the Lord. See, then the appointment is there by God. Even Paul taught, like he said, I wasn't appointed by man, I was appointed by the Lord. I've been what they call apostle by the will of God. It's always like that. That's why even Prabhupada said, no, don't elect. If my guru saw that he was qualified, he would have said something. He would have mentioned, okay, yeah. Just like here, if I see somebody, yeah, of course, you go and do this. Yeah. But he didn't mention. So the Prabhupada was right. He said, no, you don't have to. He didn't mention, so carry on the missionary activities. Okay? It's the same thing with Prabhupada and his disciples. They all speculated. See, this is the problem. They all speculated because they had desire. Even Hamsaduta, when he became a little honest, he even said, when I got the letter that I was supposed to be only Ritvik, like officiating and just carry on the mission, like Prabhupada always knew, I felt disappointed that I didn't get to be spiritual master and guru, like Acharya, like him. I felt disappointed. See, material desire. And then they get together in the meeting and said, oh, well, we can make it so. We can just all stick to the story. And that's what they did. I cannot believe, if I would immediately reject Prabhupada if I would believe that he appointed them as deliverers of others. I would immediately, what you can't see? I would say Prabhupada would be blind, but I know he didn't do that. I have enough all this evidence to, we just anybody with any intelligence can see. If you lack the intelligence, you'll believe in these bullshitters and liars and hypocrites and cheaters. You'll believe in them.
Didn't Prabhupada say you are not qualified? Didn't he say that to those disciples? To his disciples, you are not qualified to become gurus?
He just appointed them as like Ritviks, just to carry on the mission. They were not qualified to be deliverers, because it's hypocritical. It's like idol worship. If I go to a guru, oh, Guru Dev, please deliver me. And they're not delivered themselves. That's hypocrisy. It's a lie.
You can't give if you don't have anything.
No, you can't deliver.
If you pour yourself, you can't give.
Guru Dev, give me mercy. Where mercy? What kind of, are you transcendentally situated? That's why you see I'm teaching the real thing now for those who can take it. If you can take the sword of truth, man, what is the real thing? Oh, here it's all in the verses. You see, Nityananda looked at Lord Chaitanya and he started to laugh and cry. See, so I say, well, Lord Chaitanya is unmanifest now, but he's manifest in his mantra. The Shastra says his name is non-different than himself. So prove that you're in the real line. Prove that current of that ecstatic bhav that Nityananda had is now in you. Prove it. Otherwise, you're bullshitting. You're misleading. You're not in the real line yet. You want to get in line? Are you ready to admit that? No. Well, then people who follow you will be misled. People who follow this, doesn't this make sense? That the real line is a current? Isn't it a current? Currency, there's real wealth. Currency means a flow. There means something, you got wealth. You can buy stuff with that. Well, the wealth of Lord Chaitanya wasn't money. It was this bhakti flow, this laughing and crying and worshiping God real intimately like that. That was the wealth. Who's got it? Who's got the wealth? Because that's where it's distributed, because it's so distributable. It's like, yeah, I don't lose anything by distributing this wealth. I don't have fear like the elites. Oh, if I distribute the real wealth, I'm going to go lose. No, I distribute the wealth and become more wealthy. I love this. Win-win. See, that's the real line. That's the real guru. Are you like that, Jaipataka? Are you like that, Radhanath? Are you like that? Let's name some names. Are you like that, Acharya Dave? Do you look at the name, and can we see you laughing and crying like Nityananda did? Or is that only here in this Sangha? How about you, Narayan Raj Gurus? You laugh and cry when you chant Hare Krishna mantra? Or is this the only place where the real line is? Let's just call it out. Let's call your, are you bluffing or you got the hand? If you got the hand, you'll laugh. Then, wow, that was really nicely put. Yeah, we have that also. Yeah, that's wonderful. What you say is right. I'm just waiting for that. If you're offended, you're bullshit. We smoked you out, and anybody with intelligence will know that and come here and be delivered. Because we're here to deliver people. We're here to deliver you the real Lord Chaitanya, the real Radha and Krishna, where you will laugh and cry when you chant that holy name and hear it through your ear. Very fast progress here. If not, if you want something else, we'll go out there and listen to those who are more or less mislead you. That's it, man. Simple. See, faith to face the real truth, man. The real truth of devotion to Krishna. That's Krishna consciousness. That's the ISKCON. Otherwise, it's a con. Just being conned by speculators and persons who haven't realized the truth. Can't do you very much. Can't help you. This is available now. That's why I preach like this. There's very little time to get it. We're showing, the gurus are telling you to line up and get that thing. They're taking your time away. So we preach like this. Why not, man? Those who are ready to hear it will get it, man. Krishna will awaken them. Oh, yeah, here it is. Yeah, let's listen there. Okay, here, read that, Lalita. Oh, you're muted.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Some vibration are there in the holy names, chanting as Namabhaza, or there are no ecstasy at all there?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so Ajamil, he didn't chant Prema Nam. He didn't chant with that kind of ecstasy because he was going to die, and he was pretty much of a wretch anyway. But he chanted his son's name in distress, and that was considered namabhas and enough to clear away his sins. That's why, if you look at that kind of chanting, and you look at the chanting awakening the Sangha, your mouth would be, what? That's namabhas there. Can you imagine the result of this chanting in this kind of ecstasy? And that was namabhas.
What does it mean, Namabhas?
Namabhas. What does it mean? It means you're chanting, and there's it's a clearing stage. You're starting to clear away stuff because now you feel the bliss. You feel some bliss in that chanting, and not just namaparad where you're just doing it, and there's still offenses, and you're not feeling much bliss. So that bliss turns into more ecstasy. See, so a lot of devotees, they may feel some bliss and that they get liberation. But this is more than that. This is more. If you want Krishna Vrindavan, you got to have more than this. Just the bliss that comes from clearing away. So Ajamil, he wasn't perfect either, and so he got a second chance. And the Vishnu Dutas said, "Okay, go to Hardwar and perfect your chanting, perfect your meditation on the Lord." And he did. He went to a holy place, and then he got Vaikuntha. He's not even getting what we got. He got Vaikuntha Narayan. Okay. So this is prema, is here in this sangha. So the chanting is far more powerful, far more purifying. And you'll see as we all get more of this, deeper into this, the vibrations will go out and affect more people too. They'll purify them a lot faster too. It's progressive, everything. You notice? Okay, read this.
That's what can't be understood by demigods are being explained here. How conditioned souls understand and feel ecstasy by reading and hearing without a syllabus and tests.
Yeah, the test is the syllabus is the word, is the Bhagavatam, and the test is the relish. Can you taste these verses? Do you have the urge to relish them, to talk about them, discuss them? Do you have that urge? Do you love glorifying? This is a song. It's like glorifying God. This is what comes here. We get more and more inclination for that. That's the happiness. It's like who is it? Mukunda. When the Lord said, "Ask any boon," and it's 21 hours a day. What kind of boon do you want, Mukunda? He said, "Well, I don't want anything material, but just give me the urge to chant your glories. When you come and descend in this world, let me be there as your singer." See? Let me sing it. And so devotees, that's the boon they look for, even though you may not see the Lord here, but they see the Lord in their chanting. So they have the urge to glorify that name, glorify these truths. See, this is that urge, this is what they, so it's just same prayer as Mukunda is manifesting here. Not only me, and a lot of you also want to do that. See? This is devotees. This is the nature. This is the spiritual nature we're bringing to this world. See, thy will be done on earth as it is in Vaikuntha, Ayodhya, and Vrindavan, and Mathura. They're glorifying the Lord, man. They know the Lord's glories. And they bring them here in this world when there's this kind of preaching. This is why it's so purifying. That's why a lot of devotees, they get offended, angry. They get purified, man. Usually this is hidden. Okay? This was hidden even when Jesus, he only told his disciples these things that we're telling people now, actually. He told his disciples hidden. And then when he left, he said, now shout it, because that liberated them. That word, that confidential truth liberated them. Okay? And now go shout it from the rooftops. So it's always like that. The reason why most people didn't go beyond liberation with Prabhupada into the Vrindavan is the preaching wasn't preached openly. It's in the book. So now it's being preached openly. See, things that the Lord was telling me in secret, because I was always worshiping like this from the beginning. So the Lord kept telling me this and showing me all these things. See, all this real knowledge, all this real understanding was coming till the dam broke. See, dam broke, and it's people started to get it by the will of the Lord, and then Prabhupada came, confirmed it, my approval, do more of this, doing exactly what I want you to do. And Krishna comes and said, yeah, because of your guru, I'm giving you my darshan. See, now all the ducks are in the line. See, we're in the line. All the electric current is here. It's being expressed in our Sangha. So there's no excuse to not be, to get Krishna if you are here. The line is here. It's very strong, getting stronger every day. Okay? And the fruit is showing. Look at the river. She was witnessing yesterday about, she feels better, feels more in line, more centered. I don't know about today. Today is still pretty good. Or are you going through a purification?
No, I'm just not physically feeling very well, really. So
yeah, that can be
sting in
there.
the chest.
Yeah,
And sometimes I'm thinking, oh my gosh, maybe I got an infection, and just that kind of stuff. Really.
Oh yeah.
Just not feeling very well.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything I said yesterday is absolutely true.
Oh, good.
Stands for today as well.
Good.
Yeah.
Less identified, body stuff. We all have our bodies inherited. What we have, No help from the world too. You know how they've been screwing up our body. That's part of the thing. But we come here into this world to preach and to take. That's the sacrifice.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, Lolita also, she's been born in Belgium. It's quite a sacrifice. They've been pumping her with all kinds of drugs and stuff. And she went into the, burnouts. And anyway, it's worth it, man. Just even to get a day of preaching in, man, it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's all icing. Look at Mars Prikshit. He got 7 days of preaching and listening, right? It was great. It was a success. Okay, read this, somebody.
As there is an educational test to achieve some qualification philosophically, here the examination is revealed and expressed. Am I right?
So, as there is educational test to achieve some philosophy. Yeah. The test here is relish. Test is taste. See? So when and steadiness, when you start to get real strong taste and realization that this is really it, that and you're not thinking, is there some other family, other place for me to go, or is there some other path? See, that's the test is, you're still there. Okay. But when you show that you're passing the test and getting really more purified, you become more steady. Okay, this is it. I'm confident this ecstatic worship is it. This knowledge that comes from the ecstatic worship that I hear here is it. See, that's passing the test. That's the test. The taste, the tears, the ecstasy. This is all the test. The attraction. Yeah, the bhav. You can say like the devotee says, bhav. Yeah, the bhav awakening. That's the test. It's an internal thing. See, the external test, the bhakti shastras, anything, it's external. With a little good study, anybody could pass, right? You memorize and all that. Isn't that external? This is internal bhakti. These kinds of tests, you have to go through stuff. You got to get transformed. I think I'm going to stop now. I think it's enough. God, 3 hours already. My good. Time passes when you're having a good time.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you very much, everybody. This was so nice. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for everybody for coming. We had a few people. Okay. Any closing statements from anybody?
We haven't heard or didn't hear Tom.
Yeah, you want to say anything, Tom? Give us a report.
Well, report. Well, no, I'm getting warm. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. I cannot. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Life is upside down here. I try to navigate and listen and get in line.
What do you mean life is upside down there?
Like the priorities are clear, are becoming clear. That it's funny and it's unconcerned, something like that. Unconcerned, yes. When I'm listening to watching a movie, it becomes more, even there it becomes more clear. I can see, I can feel what is the situation in this world. It just comes, the clarity comes automatically. Yes, clarity comes naturally, and it's not serious anymore. It's not hidden anymore. The truth is not hidden anymore. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Unconcerned, undisturbed. Yes. What can I say? What can I say?
At least you're laughing.
Yes. At least.
You know, actually, a long time ago, I don't think you had laughed at all.
Yes, but what can I say? When laughing starts happening, what can I say? It just starts. It's like getting drunk from this clarity, from this.
Yeah, you should maybe read some more Chaitanya Bhagavat live. What do you think?
Yeah, I can do. Yes.
Yeah. That'll cultivate.
I liked when we were. That was maybe months ago.
Yeah.
That we were reading these sentences, these words, very slow, and it was very intense. Yes.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I think when Christina comes back too, that was kind of a good mix for that. You know, when she was here and everybody was here, I don't know, it just seemed to work really good. If she comes back, you know, maybe it'll...
Where has she
I
gone and why is she coming back?
I don't know. I don't know. Um I try to talk to contact her sometimes.
Yeah, she
I
just
don't know
told
what.
me. No, she
Yeah.
told me she'll. I asked her how she's doing. She said when she feels like talking, she'll do it. But right now, she just, you know, all devotees are unique. They go, you know, just her relationship with the Lord, and we'll find out when we're informed. Okay, guys, I'll see you later. Huh? Have a good day, and it's been great.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Lalita, and everybody.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.